3, 2, 1.
Which leader was known as the father of modern China? The answer is A. Mao Zedong. Which of these was not a weapon typically used during the medieval period? The answer is D. Carbine. In 1893, which country was the first to give women the vote? The answer is D. New Zealand. What was the code name of the Allied invasion of Normandy in 1944? The answer is B. Operation Overlord. This Renaissance typographer established the Aldine press, famous for the introduction of the italics. The answer is D. Aldus Manutius. What was the name of Caligula's pet horse? The answer is D. Incitatus. The Allies and Axis were the two main opponent powers in the Second World War. Which of these leaders and his country were on the side of the Axis powers? The answer is D. Benito Mussolini. To which species does Lucy belong? The answer is B. Australopithecus afarensis. What culture used hide boats and spread across the Arctic from Alaska to Greenland beginning about 700 years ago, in a third wave of migration from the Old World into the New? The answer is C. Thule. What was the last state to secede from the Union? The answer is D. Tennessee. Who is the dictator responsible for restoring the Spanish monarchy in 1969? The answer is D. Franco. When did Alan Turing break the Enigma code? The answer is B. 1945. What occupation date do most archaeologists agree on for Australia? The answer is C. Soon after 40,000 years ago. Which was the first Egyptian pyramid? The answer is B. The Step Pyramid. What Union naval ship sank Confederate raider CSS Alabama during the American Civil War? The answer is C. USS Kearsarge. What two Japanese carriers attacked the Aleutian Islands on June 3, 1942? The answer is C. Juneau and Yujo. In what year were the atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? The answer is D. 1945. Who is the god of war in Polynesian mythology? The answer is B. Oro. What city opened the first World's Fair in the United States on July 14, 1853? The answer is D. New York City. Which U.S. territory was attacked 18 years before it became a state in 1959? The answer is B. Hawaii. Which of the following is the last to be occupied by human beings? The answer is C. New Zealand. As what was Winchester known by the Romans? The answer is C. Venta Bulgarum. Who unified Upper and Lower Egypt? The answer is D. Means. What age preceded the Iron Age? The answer is C. The Bronze Age. What epoch questioned the absolute power of royal rulers? The answer is D. Age of Enlightenment. Which of the following is not an innovation of the Mesolithic? The answer is D. Crop irrigation systems. What two U.S. presidents served during the first decade of the Cold War? The answer is A. Truman, Eisenhower. Who is quoted as saying, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country"? The answer is B. John F. Kennedy. From which European country did Mozambique declare independence in 1975? The answer is D. Portugal. Which Roman gladiator led an unsuccessful revolt against Rome? The answer is C. Spartacus. Who is the first woman elected to lead a European democracy? The answer is D. Margaret Thatcher. Where in Egypt are the pyramids of Giza situated? The answer is B. On the outskirts of Cairo. When was Nelson Mandela elected as South Africa's first black president? The answer is D. 1994. Farmland, owned by the McPherson family, the Cordoy family, the Spangler family, the Culp family, and the Rose family, is part of which battlefield? The answer is D. Gettysburg. Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee served together in which military conflict, regarded as a prelude to the American Civil War? The answer is C. Mexican War. Which country blew up a Greenpeace ship in New Zealand? The answer is B. France. Even though Bertha was a formidable gun, this one was even bigger. Harris gun was used to bombard Paris during World War I. What was its main purpose? The answer is D. To attack the morale of enemy soldiers. In what year did World War I end? The answer is D. 1918. In America, what became the 49th state to enter the Union in 1959? The answer is D. Alaska. When was the first U.S. adhesive postage stamp sold? The answer is D. 1847. Who was the British Prime Minister between 1964 and 1969? The answer is B. Harold Wilson. Which area is home to the tradition of making stone tools from chipped pebbles, called Hoabinhin? The answer is D. Asia. The internationally accepted civil calendar is called Gregorian. After who is it named? The answer is D. Pope Gregory Roman XIII. To form an alliance against Attila's Huns, in 451 the Romans combined armies with which Visigoth leader? The answer is A. Theodoric I. In ancient Japan, jigas were famous for their fashion coiffures. However, it was difficult to preserve them during sleep. Still, they managed to keep their complex hairdos up. The answer is C. Using pillows filled with buckwheat chaff. What was the primary language of the Aztecs? The answer is A. Nahuatl. In 1985, New Coke was introduced. For many reasons, it was a great flop and the company went back to regular Coke. How is New Coke different from regular Coke? The answer is B. It was sweeter. Attila the Hun's palace and headquarters in Europe were situated on the territory of which modern country? The answer is D. Hungary. Which of the following is the longest war in American history? The answer is C. Vietnam War. When was the first email sent?